Welcome to Michigan in Focus, powered by thecentersquare.com. This episode features a piece by Center Square Michigan reporter Scott McClellan, headlined, quote, Whitmer to pursue paid family leave, 100% clean energy standard, end quote. Here's the story. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer proposed enacting a paid family leave program, 100% clean energy standard, and codifying the Affordable Care Act in her What's Next speech that outlined the fall agenda Wednesday. The second-term Democratic governor outlined her priorities as state Democrats control the governor's office, House, and Senate in Michigan for the first time in 40 years. Quote, this fall, let's pass the Reproductive Health Act and roll back these harmful restrictions. Let's protect the freedom to make your own decisions without interference from politicians. Let's get it done, end quote. Whitmer said. Whitmer called to codify the ACA, including protections for pre-existing conditions, permitting children to remain on their parents' insurance until they're 26, banning annual or lifetime caps. So you can't hit a limit on the care you receive, and requiring insurance plans to cover essential services like ambulance services, maternity care, mental health treatment, and birth control. Whitmer backed enacting a 100% clean energy standard, but didn't set a date. Whitmer called to enact the Michigan Healthy Climate Plan that calls for 2 million electric vehicles driving on state roads by 2030. But as of now, the state has 34,380 EVs registered statewide. To reach that goal, Michigan would have to register 280,803 EVs each year until mid-2030, which would require registering 23,400 EVs every month for 7 years. Whitmer said the state can protect natural resources, produce cheaper energy, bring supply chains home, and lower costs for families. Whitmer said, quote, this means all the energy we produce will be from wind, solar, or other common sense sources. It means clean air for our kids to breathe and safe water for them to drink. And it means protecting our lakes for generations to come, end quote. Some Democrats have sponsored bills aiming to reach 100% clean energy by 2035. Whitmer continued, quote, we can achieve 100% clean energy while balancing reliability and affordability. In fact, we've been doing it, end quote. In 2021, renewables provided only 11% of Michigan's net electricity generation. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, Michigan is currently retiring energy sources that provided more than 60% of electricity generation in 2021, counting coal and other plants. Whitmer called to authorize the Michigan Public Service Commission to permit clean energy projects and to, quote, incorporate climate and equity into their regulatory decisions, end quote. Whitmer called for a paid family and medical leave program, saying she raised her first child while working as a lawmaker. However, she didn't explain how the program would be funded. Whitmer said, quote, even with help, raising a child, caring for yourself, and juggling your work is hard. That's why we need paid family and medical leave. It helps workers be there for their families, end quote. Whitmer said she provides all state employees with 12 weeks of paid parental leave, which nearly 3,500 people have used. Whitmer said, quote, while many large companies already offer this benefit, small businesses often cannot afford to. Enacting paid leave levels the playing field, helping small businesses attract and retain workers, end quote. Republican House Leader Matt Hall from Richland Township said the governor's plan will make life more expensive for Michiganders. Quote, this year, the Democrat majority has been consumed with an extreme agenda that is making life more expensive in our state, but even more costs on Michiganders are coming next, end quote, said Hall. Listeners can keep up with this story and more at thecentersquare.com. This podcast was made with the assistance of AI technology. Please subscribe, and thanks for listening.